one thing to say to Aleister Black. Take it. Take the fish.
And he did.
The Bobby Fish.
He did.
Who debuted when we opened up NXT tonight.
Yeah. Welcome to Midweek Wrap-Up, by the way. Yeah, no, I mean, we've heard Adam Cole, we've heard Kyle O'Reilly, but we got Bobby Fish first.
Yeah.
And I'm totally okay with that.
Go Fish.
And this was so much fun to watch.
Yeah.
Because this is the person that's gotten the best of Aleister Black at one point. Mm-hmm. I think the only other person that had a decent attempt at him is his debut against Andrade.
Yeah.
But the fact that Bobby, this is the longest match that Aleister Black has had.
I don't know. You'd have to put it up against the match against Cassius Ohno.
True. Yeah, I guess that one did go some distance as well. But I mean, it's rare when you get these long matches from Aleister Black, and Bobby Fish paired up so well. Their strikes back and forth were just gnarly all the way through. It's cool to hear Nigel calling a Bobby Fish match again.
Yeah.
He's been doing that for a while. But Aleister Black did end up hitting Black Mass and beating Bobby Fish, despite a very competitive match.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see more Bobby Fish on NXT. Speaking of Cassius Ohno.
Him and Hideo are not on the best of terms right now.
No, their tag team loss last week caused a little bit more of a rift in their relationship. Hideo blaming Ohno for the loss. Despite the fact that he was the one that got pinned.
Yeah.
I mean, Ohno's done. He's tired of playing the games with Hideo, and tells Hideo that he needs to take responsibility for some of the things that are happening. So, I can't see Hideo doing that.
Not at this juncture.
No, I think he's a little far gone for that to be happening.
We might see a feign of this in order for Hideo to bait Ohno out to the ring.
Probably seeing the two of them face off at...
I definitely see that being the opening match to Takeover Chicago.
You mean Brooklyn?
That one. Whatever the next town is.
Chicago was the last one.
Yeah, Brooklyn. That's the one I meant.
Yeah. Brooklyn might also be where we see the Street Profits for the first time.
Potentially.
We did see that they are making their way to NXT very soon.
I'm assuming if we do see them in Brooklyn, it's the week after Takeover.
Think so?
Probably.
They'll make their debut at the show before the show.
Yeah.
That they record.
Which she plays after the show.
Yeah. The show recorded before the show that plays the week after the show. And Velveteen Dream still doesn't like the way interviews are being conducted for him. He didn't like the setup in the back. He also didn't like being talked to outside the building.
Yeah.
He's a very picky man. And I don't think...
He's just got particular tastes.
Which means he's picky.
You say tomato, I say also tomato.
You say it's not a motto.
Yeah, that's true.
We had a qualifying match for the Mae Young Classic.
Yeah.
Not the most impressive of matches. I do think the one that went over is definitely the stronger of the two.
Yeah.
Vanessa,
now that we had more than like 3 minutes to actually see them do anything.
But I think what we saw, I think we saw a better worker advance. Vanessa Bourne defeating Jamie Hashi. We were discussing the Mae Young Classic earlier today, and then we saw this match, and I think with the right opponents, Vanessa Bourne could very well be a big player in the tournament.
Yeah, she could be. She'll definitely have to be in there with some more experienced people.
Yeah.
In order to bring out the better in her, because she's been wrestling for less than 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like her attitude. She's got a good presence for a wrestler. So that's one thing at least. We also saw a video from last week's after the show. Drew McIntyre was attacked by Killian Dane and Alexander Wolf outside of Full Sail. And then this...
Yeah, he was walking out of the building. When he got to his car, Alexander Wolf was on the car, and he's like, paint me like one of your French girls. Or paint me like one of your Irish, Scottish, UK girls. Paint me like one of your Welsh girls. And then Drew's like, ugh.
No, this is weird. And then this is all stemming from the fact that both Drew McIntyre and Killian Dane are both... are very much on a fast track towards an NXT championship match.
Yeah.
Both of them still undefeated in NXT. And so we actually had William Regal talking to Bobby Roode about the two of them. And Roode's like, yeah, you know, that's great. You know, I think you should put the two of them again.
Sure would be interesting.
Yeah, it'd be great to see.
You know, and to a degree, he's absolutely right.
Absolutely.
Because it's always a fun time when you take two undefeated people and they're like, alright, because when that happens, only one of them can leave undefeated.
Exactly. So next week we're going to find out which one stays undefeated and moves on to a championship match at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn.
Yeah, because Regal made it for a #1 contender spot.
He did indeed.
And the thing too is, like, Bobby Roode looked not concerned in the least.
I mean...
I guess when you're that glorious...
When you're that glorious, it's okay, but he should probably realize that these are, like, two of the biggest guys on the roster.
Yeah.
Significantly bigger than anyone he's actually faced for the championship. You might want to be a little afraid. We're also going to get Ruby Riott versus Ember Moon next week.
That'll be fun.
Which I could only assume is a potential #1 contenders match to face Asuka at Brooklyn as well. Or at least a very heavily concerned match in that direction.
Yeah, it'll definitely go a long way into see who earns favor for the title match.
Absolutely. And we had, of course, the return of Johnny Gargano, who, despite being heartbroken over the betrayal of Tommaso Ciampa, is not dwelling on the past. He's looking forward to the future. He's looking forward to being Johnny Gargano again. More importantly, looking forward to being Johnny Wrestling.
Good promo.
Yeah. But, you know, and I love the fact that, you know, he's... You know, he didn't like smooth over the fact that it was a very life-altering moment when Tommaso turned on him.
Yeah.
But I like the fact that he's just like, you know what, it happened. There's nothing I can do about it now. I just need to move forward. And I think this is brilliant because he's essentially doing what Tommaso said he was going to do.
Yeah.
Is he is replacing him. And so when Tommaso comes back, he's going to be extremely pissed off, and I cannot wait to watch these two tear each other apart.
Here's what I think is going to happen. This is going to lead to Gargano eventually down the line getting a title shot against Bobby Roode.
Okay.
And that's when Tommaso will come back and screw him out of the title match.
Alright. We'll have to see if that's the way it goes. And then in our main event, the Authors of Pain defended the NXT Tag Team titles against Heavy Machinery.
Yeah, over 1,000 pounds of humanity in this match.
Yes, the biggest tag team match to date in NXT. It was alright. Wasn't the best tag team match we've seen. I was impressed with Otis's ability to stand his ground despite massive clotheslines from Razor.
And his ability to overhead belly-to-belly throw the Authors of Pain.
That was crazy. He got some fucking height. He got some distance.
It helps because he's got that low center of gravity.
Yeah. So yeah, he he's able to huck people over his head real far. And Heavy Machinery had a chance. They were closing in on a victory.
Yeah, they were going to hit the compactor.
They were about to, but it did not happen. The Authors of Pain were able to work it back into their favor and ended up hitting the last chapter on Otis and retaining the NXT Tag Team titles.
Yeah.
Only to then be, what would you call it?
Called out.
Called out. Yeah, they were put on notice by Sanity, who sans Eric Young all came out.
Who could only maybe be, people might be wondering, would have been the one up in the rafters.
Very true. Because they were all looking towards the ring, and then all three of them simultaneously looked up. And as they did, pages from a book seemed to fall from the rafters and rain down upon Sanity. And one can assume that the Book of Dominance, or maybe even the Book of Pain, has been ruined by Sanity.
Yeah.
And it's not often that you get heels versus heels in wrestling, and that it's built up in a way like this, and it makes me really excited to see what happens here.
Here's where I'm going to go out on a limb and say something that I know some people are going to disagree with.
Okay.
But I'm not going to call Sanity heels.
Okay. That's fair.
I'm going to bring up the nerdy ass dichotomy of characters.
You're going to call them anti-heroes.
No, they're chaotic neutral.
Okay. That's okay. Yeah.
They're not good, they're not bad. They're out specifically for themselves and are just kind of, they're off their rockers. They play mind games with everyone. The sneak attack on Drew Galloway one time, and then the next thing, they're calling out the Authors of Pain.
I still think there's a very good argument can be made towards them being considered villainous.
Oh, absolutely.
So, in that, okay, they are villainous. They are not heels.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to see where this goes.
They just want what they want.
Yeah. I'm excited to see, what other mind games they end up playing with the Authors of Pain, and if this ends up being the tag team title match for Takeover, I'm excited. Let's move on to Lucha Underground.
Yeah.
Where we start the second round of the Cueto Cup.
3 matches.
And we kick it off with Jeremiah Crane versus Taya.
Speaking of kicking it off, Jeremiah Crane repeatedly tried to kick her face off.
He got damn close. And it was, she was trying to use some ways maybe get out of it. She was she's using maybe her feminine wiles to kind of get
that very first moment where she told him to stop because he was going right for her, and then she just slapped his face.
Yeah,
that set him off,
and he hauled off and pump kicked her right in the face.
Yeah, and he took her to the outside and jogged all the way around the ring before bowling into her into the seats.
That was gnarly. It was
It
physical.
kept going from there.
He didn't do a face wash.
He did a face stomp.
He just kicked her while she was in the corner, and that was that moment where she was just fucking done.
Yeah, it woke her ass up because then she, from sitting position, just punted him in the balls.
Yeah, and then did a couple big running elbows over in the corner and just started losing her mind. And was very close to a win. She was heading up to the top rope for something until Sexy Star made her way out to ringside, caused a slight distraction. She was able to fight off a little bit more, but eventually fell to the cranial contusion, and Jeremiah Crane moves forward in the Cueto Cup.
Jeremiah Crane, cranial, I see what you did there.
Yeah. Then we had Sexy Star get in the ring and brandish the brass knuckles that Taya used on Sexy Star not too long ago and punch Taya in the face.
Yeah. That's what you get for bringing them brass knucks to the sexy PJ match.
The sexy pajama match. We had Phoenix and Aerostar discussing the situation with Drago. Phoenix seems a little more... He feels like there's a good chance that Drago could leave the Reptile Tribe again.
Yeah.
But Aerostar, being a time traveler, knows better. A guy who's been to the future knows how it is. And Aerostar kind of said, hey, now that I'm out of the tournament, I'm putting my money on you. And then Phoenix,
a lot of people are betting on Phoenix.
Yeah. And Phoenix goes, hey, Aerostar, am I going to win tonight? And he's like, good luck. He walked away. So, yeah, they're still worried about the whole Drago situation.
I mean, if, the tournament culminates right before Ultima Lucha 3 and the end of the season,
Mm-hmm.
and Phoenix doesn't win the tournament, then in the, pre-end of the season video package, we just need to see, Aerostar and Melissa Santos, broke.
Yeah.
And, in the unemployment line.
If Phoenix doesn't win this, a lot of people are losing some money.
Yeah.
We had Mil Muertes versus Paul London. Mil Muertes actually making it to his match. Didn't seem too affected by the attack from Jeremiah Crane.
No.
I guess when you're already dead, it's kind of hard to really do too much damage.
He's the man of 1,000 deaths. That was only death 419.
Well, Paul London had some...
Paul London was hoping for 420.
Paul London tried to... I felt like he was trying the same tactics that Taya was trying against Jeremiah Crane. Maybe it was... I don't know. Maybe he saw that and was like, yeah, I could try some of those things. There's a lot of pelvic thrusting.
Yeah, with his rhinestone jockstrap.
Man.
That he wears on the outside of his pants.
Yeah, that was something.
It's a good wardrobe choice.
But it seemed like every time Paul London got one move, Mil Muertes shut him down.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, cool, Paul London did something. Oh, he's flat on his ass again. It was just...
Yeah, until he started super kicking him around the entire
he did
outside of the ring.
7 straight super kicks, and then the eighth one got caught while fucking Salvador and Malas Forte are jumping into the ring and high-fiving the referee, and just all kinds of weird shit is happening. Eventually, Malas Forte ended up getting dropped by Muertes.
Yeah.
Also, he didn't escape like Salvador did. And Paul London, despite hitting 2 shooting stars,
and I am so happy to actually see Paul London do the shooting star press, because it's one of the best looking shooting star presses ever.
yeah. No, he's got a damn good shooting star press.
15 plus years into the business, and his shooting star presses are still on point.
Yeah. But 2 of them were not enough to keep down Mil Muertes, and eventually he was dropped with a massive spear and eventually the flatliner, and Mil Muertes moves on in the Cueto Cup.
Yeah, and then he got the lick of death.
It's the only thing to look forward to when being completely destroyed by Mil Muertes.
Would you take the spear for it?
Yeah.
Would you take the flatliner for it too?
Yeah. Yeah, I would. I might even take a full ass whooping from Mil Muertes. I'm not sure.
Depends on what outfit Katrina's wearing that night.
Really depends. We had Brenda trying to sweet talk Tejano into the famous B camp. Well,
and this was the whole segment was funny and entertaining and something's happening until you see famous B in the background.
He tilts up the cowboy hat that he's wearing, and he's doing the creepy reeling him in type thing, and it's just dude, It was funny, and then
we changed his name to Famous CLB.
Famous creepy little bastard.
Yeah.
Good segue into our main event, where the creepy bastard Marty the Moth took on Phoenix to move forward into the Cueto Cup. This started real weird because he had a lunchbox.
It's the Aztec Pride lunchbox.
And
I hope that's available on ProWrestlingTees.com, like Marty Skrull's Bullet Club umbrella. Get a Marty the Moth Martinez yellow lunchbox.
Marty, if you're watching, I know you've liked one of our videos before. If you're not doing that, maybe you should. And
royalty fee.
I mean,
finder's fee.
We could
whatever. I mean, let's work something out. Okay.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah. So I assumed that he had something creepy in the lunchbox.
Yeah.
But he legitimately just had lunch.
It was creepy.
I mean,
creepy ass lunch.
It was
bologna. Ugh.
Whatever it was.
Pimento loaf.
He shoved the sandwich in Melissa Santos' mouth
while she was trying to introduce Phoenix.
She spit it back at him, which he probably enjoyed. And so she's at ringside trying to cheer on Phoenix. Mariposa is out there holding the lunchbox during the match. Obviously
in case she gets hungry.
Obviously in the corner of Marty the Moth. And Phoenix and Marty have a fantastic match.
Yeah.
Both these guys are great to watch in the ring.
And what I really loved is they really played to each other's dynamics in the fact that, like, we had the opening exchange where you're obviously like, oh, Phoenix is so much faster and more agile than Marty the Moth, but then it ends with, like, Phoenix trying to, like, low sweep Marty the Moth, and Marty just backflips out of the way, and you're like, holy shit. And then, like, later in the match, when Marty the Moth is trying to get, like, super physical, and Phoenix just starts, like, kicking him in the face and stuff.
His fucking, like, jump up to the second rope and then spinning back kick to the face was fucking awesome. And Marty just, like, bleh, just crumbled.
Yeah, and then it was followed up directly after that by, like, setting Marty up on the ropes and then double stomping him on the back of the head.
Yeah, no, fantastic stuff back and forth. And then Marty obviously, trying to cause a little bit more, getting the more heel points by ripping the mask and everything, causing a little bit more issue with Melissa Santos. And, we're winding down and we see Mariposa getting ready to use the lunchbox as a weapon on Phoenix. And Melissa Santos actually stops her.
Yeah.
And
it wasn't the most convincing of, like, stops.
No.
But
I mean, you can give Melissa a little bit of leeway. She doesn't act on a regular basis, at least not in the wrestling sense. And so she stops Mariposa and yells at Marty to stop, and it's enough of a distraction to allow Phoenix to roll into like a wheelbarrow roll through trap pin and defeat Marty the Moth.
It's like a Blackpool bridge.
But it did not end well for Phoenix.
No, because it wasn't like he knocked Marty out with like a move.
No, he just caught him with a really good pin. And then we find out that Marty not only had lunch, he had utensils to eat said lunch, like a fork. Which, while Mariposa held Melissa Santos close to the ring, close enough to witness the entire situation, Marty began to carve the forehead of Phoenix with said fork.
Yeah.
He also licked the forehead and the fork that was covered in blood.
The fork head.
Yeah.
Said, I did this for you. And then he said, I loved you.
He kept telling Melissa Santos that he loved her.
And the part that I find interesting is it's past tense now.
Yeah. Well, I think it was
because he feels betrayed that she tried to stop him from cheating.
Well,
with
and a couple weeks ago, he saw her like
with Phoenix.
With Phoenix,
yeah.
And that's when he headbutted the window. So yeah, I feel like he's definitely
Fantasy fanboy has been betrayed.
Yeah, he's
in his mind.
And I've seen Criminal Minds. This doesn't end well.
No.
It usually ends very horribly for
No,
people.
but I think, you know what, I think this is going to end a lot better because I think this is just going to end in an intergender tag team match.
Probably.
Which not many episodes of Criminal Minds end in intergender tag team matches.
I don't think I've seen an episode of Criminal Minds end in an intergender match. Maybe I missed that episode. But next week we have 3 more second round matches. We have Cage taking on Pindar. We have
Poor Pindar.
We have Prince Puma versus PJ Black. And we have Dante Fox versus Son of Havoc.
Yeah, which should be none too much different than, say, the Kill Shot versus Jeremiah Crane.
Yeah,
match.
Because these guys.
Just the short, stocky guy is going to be the babyface.
These guys know each other
and
very well.
The flippy black guy is going to be the heel.
But that is it for our midweek wrap up. I just want to say, because I said I was going to say it every day, we're going to NXT this weekend, and I'm super excited for it. So, hoping the return of Johnny Gargano means we might see him.
That would be so cool.
That would be awesome. But we might do a live from the Theater of the Clouds here in Portland, Oregon, talking about NXT house shows. Maybe. But for now, guys, thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Click the links down below.
There's a lot of links.
Like the podcast link.
That's one of the links.
Or Reasonable Wrestling Fans.
That's Reasonable with a W.
Like Wrestling, where we'll be having some more punishment videos pop up. You can check out the ones that we've already posted.
I gotta eat a pizza. We gotta eat nasty balls.
Yeah. You can also check out Fantasy Warfare, Cocktail Hour, and What Colt's Wondering.
Leave us a comment. What kind of punishment should Battleground have?
Yeah. Or if you want to give us suggestions for SummerSlam, since it's not too far off either. But for now, guys.
Summerground.
Summerground?
Battle Slam.
Battle Slam. That actually sounds like a pay-per-view.
It's just dumb enough for WWE to do it.
Great balls of fire. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you at whatever video you decide to watch next.